Find a comfortable seat. We want to start sitting. And today we want to take a mudra with our hands. So when you are in cross-legged or in kneeling, it doesn't matter. You want to bring your hands in front and your index finger and middle finger stays together. And all the rest of the three fingers want to meet so that you meet the tops of these three fingers, and then you place it on top of your knees. It is the mudra, it's called prana, space. And when we hear space, there are many associations with space. What do you mean? Space basically is, or we say prana is life force as well. Without space, nothing can exist. All would be stick together. We need this space. So very often when we get this tightness in mind, we get very tight. We're losing the sense of space. There is one thought squeezing us, completely getting tight. So let yourself today focusing on how much space you have in yourself and how much space you have outside. We had a bit of a shuffling around here in this room. We used to have 25 people in the room and there was a lot of space. It is how you create in your own mind space. So let yourself be aware of this space around you. When you focus on limitation, you get limitation. When you focus on freedom, on space, you get space. And with your mudra, with your prana, you're holding with your hands, let yourself filling in this space in your mind and in your surrounding. All what we focus on, we receive. And you focus on pain, you receive your pain. And you focus on stillness, your mind quiet. And you focus on space, you suddenly discover there is loads of space inside you and around you. And this space, it is our breath. What we in and exhale is space, literally. Let yourself feel how you're breathing. Naturally breathing with your lips gently closed, your face very soft, feeling how your face is kissing this space. Feeling how your chest is very gently expanding and relaxing with this inner space. Feeling this space in your back. On your side. Stay with your left hand and bring your right hand on the outside of your nose, breathing with your left side. Deepening your breath, feeling how you're in and exhaling space, prana, life force. And with your next inhaling, take a count of 2, 3, 4, 5, holding your breath. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Salome. It's okay. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more last round. Right side. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold your breath. Exhaling 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hand. Take a couple of in and exhale with both of your nostrils. Can you expand this breath, this inner space, this outer space? Left hand closes left side of your nostril, breathing with your right side. Give yourself a moment to settling in your posture, your right hand on your knee, your left hand, 2 fingers, closing off gently your left nostril, and take an inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take this whole time of your inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. Exhaling 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release both of your hands. Release your mudra, planting your hands in front of your belly or gently on top of your knees, whatever feels more easy, more relaxing for your hands, for your arms. Give yourself a moment, couple of in and exhaling, both nostrils, observing this space you created internally, reflecting the space you have around you. Interlacing your fingers in front of your belly, lifting your arms over your head, point with your index finger and both hands pressing into each other, releasing your shoulders. Release these shoulders, releasing them down, staying here, focusing. As if there is somebody pulling you up from your fingers, rooting down from your seat, deepening your focusing on your breath. When your arms growing heavy, start to tickle. Focus even more on the space. When your mind gets busy, I don't want, it's too much, it's too heavy, it's pain. Creating this space you've just created in focusing on your prana. Opening your arms, bend your right elbow with your left hand, help to open your armpit. Stay long in your spine, making sure you do not squeeze your neck forward. You have a long spine. Your chin far away from your sternum. Inhaling, releasing your arms, and your left elbow is bending, your right hand on top, making sure you do not curl your neck forward. Release your chest, your rib cage. Inhaling, let your arms floating over your head. Bring your arms towards your side, planting your fingertips and walk with your fingertips towards the side. Release your right ear towards your right shoulder, lengthening your left neck. Inhaling back in your neutral, release your left ear to your left shoulder. Inhaling back in your neutral, lifting your nose towards the ceiling and your chin reaches high. Exhaling your chin towards your sternum. Inhaling one more time, chin reaches high. Exhaling your chin towards your sternum. And start rotating, circling your head, making some really nice big circles. Take it slow. Take it with awareness, with consciousness, to let your body sense, to let your body feel, making sure when you did have hurt your neck, you only circle halfway when you feel there is pain happening, when you're circling back. Next time your chin bends forward, your chin meets your sternum, stay there for a moment and circle the other direction. One more time. And the next time your chin meets your sternum, stay there for a moment. Bring your hands in front of your face. Feel the soft touch of your hands. Breathing into your face. Your eyes can stay gently closed, focusing on this space you see, you feel, you sense. Inhaling with your hands, bring your head back in your neutral, reaching forward from your chest, find your tabletop, plant your hands onto the floor, your knees, hip widths apart, take a couple of cat-cow breathing, pushing all away what you're sitting on. Maybe you want to take your socks away. Feeling the space between your vertebrae in your joints, in your hands, between your fingers, in your shoulders. Inhaling, finding back in your neutral, letting your hips floating towards your right side, gaze over your left shoulder. And with your inhaling, floating back, exhaling, your hips floating towards your left side, gaze over your right. Inhaling, floating back. One more time, exhaling, right. Inhaling, floating back, your lower back is stretching out. Inhaling back in your neutral, curl your toes under, lift your seat, downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet, walking them gently. Can you feel this space in your muscles? And when you start being a bit more active, feeling how this activates your breath automatically, when you let things happening naturally, there is this impulse of breathing fuller. Inhaling, bend your knees, flow in your child pose, bring your arms meeting your toes, forehead touches the floor. Shoulders releasing, head grows heavy. Hips opening gently, belly meeting your thighs. Tuck your tailbone in, vertebra for vertebra, rolling up your spine. Find yourself in your kneeling, shoulders rolling back and down. Plant your hands under your shoulders, leaning back a tiny bit, opening your chest. And from here you stay or you lift your seat, stretching out your thighs, opening up your front side. Inhaling, coming back onto your seat, reaching forward from your heart. Plant your hands, curl your toes, lift your seat, downward facing dog. Brace. Can you feel a bit more space in your hips, in your thighs? Brace. Step your feet together, your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling. Exhale, bending your knee towards your chest. Step your right foot between your hands, long runner's lunge. Inhaling, gazing forward. Exhaling, swing your right leg back, lifting your right leg, opening your hip, bend your knee points towards the ceiling, gaze under your armpit. Breath. Stay. Stay here, flipping your dog, plant your foot on the outside of your left, turning your toes, both feet pressing into the floor, lifting your arm. Breath. Long neck, long spine. Plant your hand back onto the floor, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling. Exhaling, step your right foot between your hands. Long runner's lunge, reaching forward from your heart in your aeroplane. So your wings reaching back, your heart reaching forward. Inhaling, high plank. Exhaling, your arms over your head and bring your arms back. Stay in your high plank, releasing your wings. Inhaling, lifting your arms. Exhaling, releasing your wings into your back. Inhaling, lifting your arms. Exhale, plant your hands back onto the floor. Swing your right foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling in your high plank. Exhaling, release your knees, stay with your toes. Chin, chest meeting the floor, staying here, elbows glued to your body. Breathe. Inhaling, pushing with your toes, lifting your heart, big toes touching, hands pulling towards your heart, staying here for a moment. Breathe. Exhaling, downward facing dog, lifting your seat, pedaling your feet, breathing this air, breathing this space, becoming light in your practice. Step your feet together, lift your left leg towards the ceiling. Exhaling, step your left foot between your hands, long runner's lunge, gazing forward, rolling back your shoulders. Breathe, smiling in your heart. Inhaling, gazing forward. Exhale, swing your leg back over your head. Breathe, bending your knee, opening your hip, and you stay here. Or if you would like, you can flipping your dog, plant your foot, lifting your heart. Reach with your arm over your head. Breathe. Breath. One more inhaling. Exhale, plant your hand back onto the floor, lifting your leg towards the ceiling, floating. Do you feel this space? Exhaling, step your left foot between your hands, reaching forward from your heart while your arms windmilling back. Long neck, heel connects with your neck. Breathe, inhaling, high lunge, arms over your head, lightly like wings. Exhaling, taking this tension, letting them floating in. Exhale. Inhaling like flying. Firm your feet, your legs. One more time. Inhaling, floating up. Exhale, planting your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling in your high plank. Exhale, release your knees, chin, chest meeting the floor, flow in your mini cobra. Staying here, spreading your fingers wide, big toes touching. Breathe, reaching forward from your right arm and lifting your left leg. Exhaling, bring your hand back under your shoulder, your leg reaches down. Inhaling, left arm, right leg, your chest stays nice and open. And imagine you're growing. Exhaling your hand. Exhaling, coming down. One more time, each side. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling, your hand, elbows glued to your body. Curl your toes, lift your seat. Downward facing dog. Breath. Spread your fingers wide, creating some really funky faces. Squeezing your face so you can feel how you're getting really tight and then you're letting go with all your softness. Squeezing yourself one more time, really making all small. Everyone knows when we are getting tight, and this relaxation. One more time. Squeeze, 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 and then, wonderful. Bending your knees, gaze between your hands, walking your feet forward between your hands, stepping them hip-width apart, coming halfway, inhaling, hands on your knees, a very nice gentle massage on your knees while you're feeling your feet, your toes, your heels. Bring your hands behind and really nice gentle massage behind your knees and your hands floating along your shin bones. Bend your knees, hugging your elbows in your ragdoll. Stay, breathe, breath, floating, releasing tension, creating more space, letting out this pushing, pulling, needing, wanting, having to do. Release, connect with your space internally, releasing your arms, tuck your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down, arms reaching behind, hands on your sacrum, bending your knees, gaze towards the ceiling, squeeze your shoulder blades. Breath, spreading your toes. Breath. Inhaling back into your neutral, arms over your head with your inhaling, exhaling, floating forward, very gentle. Step your right foot back, long runner's lunge, gazing forward in your inhaling. Exhale, step back in your downward facing dog, inhaling high plank, exhaling knees, chin, chest, stay here for a moment, glue your elbows, spreading your fingers, palms of your hands pressing down, Noda spreading your fingers, spreading these fingers, breathe, hands pressing down. Inhaling, reaching forward from your chest, lifting your heart, pulling your hands towards your belly, towards your chest, 10 toes pressing into the floor. Exhaling, coming back down onto the floor, bending your left knee, reaching forward from your right arm, your left hand getting your ankle, flexing your foot, pressing your belly button, your thigh into the floor, reaching forward from your heart. People with a bit more space in your back, you can lifting your thigh, your leg, and pushing your hand into your ankle. Breathe. Long neck, nice and long. Exhaling, release. Giving yourself one moment, both hands in front of your forehead. Belly button, pubic bone pressing into the floor, 10 toes in the floor, hands under your shoulders, elbows glued to your body, in your cobra, breathe. And then from here, you do it very gently. You're reaching forward from your left arm while your right knee is bending. You can stay here when this is good enough. You can grab with your hand, your ankle, flexing your foot, your thigh, both thighs pressing into the floor, lengthening your lower back. People with a bit more flexibility, you're pushing your foot against your hand, lifting your heart. Breathe and lifting both of your thighs. Making sure your knee stays in line with your hips. Lifting a tiny bit higher when you have space. Exhaling, releasing your hands in front of your forehead. Breathe. Shaking your tailbone a tiny bit from one side towards the other side. Plant your hands under your shoulders, elbows glued to your body, lifting your chest, rise a tiny bit higher in your cobra. Where are your shoulders? Where are your fingers? Can you spread them wider? Shoulders, Regina, roll your shoulders a tiny bit. Yes, wonderful. Breathe. Glue your elbows even a tiny bit more, Pedro. Yes. Curl your toes, lift your seat downward facing dog. Breathe. Stay in your down dog. Breathe. Step your feet together, lift your right leg towards the ceiling, exhaling. Step your right foot between your hands, long runner's lunge, gazing forward, exhaling very lightly, stepping your left, meeting your right, inhaling halfway, hands on your knees. Can you remember there are joints with a lot of space and behind your knees? We are getting very often very tight, and this time you're sliding your hands along your calf muscles. Maybe when you have a bit more flexibility, you're grabbing your heels, releasing your neck, and lengthening your legs. Breath. Long neck, inhaling from your heart, gazing forward and lifting yourself up, standing, prayer in front of your chest, Tadasana. Breathe, your arms on your side. Can you let go this weight upon your shoulders? Let it flow in your fingers towards Mother Earth. Find this lightness in your body. Inhaling, arms like wings over your head. Exhaling, folding forward from your hips. Step your left foot back in a long runner's lunge, gazing forward with your inhaling. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, high plank. Exhaling, your knees, chin, chest meeting the floor. Inhaling, floating in your cobra. Hands under your shoulders, big toes touching, long neck. Lifting a tiny bit higher. So your elbows glued to your body, your 10 toes into the floor, fingers spreading, hands. Breathe. Breathe. Exhaling, coming down onto the floor, bending both of your knees, flexing both of your knees, pulling your hands towards your heart and your thighs pressing into the floor. Please stay here, or you're reaching behind, grabbing your ankles, flexing your feet, your thighs pressing into the floor, or you're floating with your legs, pushing your shin bones away. Breathe. Exhaling, release, planting your hands in front of your forehead and giving yourself a bit of a shaking. Hands under your shoulders, lifting your chest, curl your toes, downward facing dog. Step your feet together, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling, exhaling. Step your left foot between your hands, long runner's lunge, inhaling. Exhaling very lightly, your foot stepping in front, inhaling halfway, folding forward, exhaling, inhaling, coming halfway, bring your hands on your thighs, pressing your hands against your thighs that you can create even more space in your inner groins. Please stay soft in your knees, rolling back your shoulders, gazing forward. Exhaling your hands along your thighs, knees, shin bone, folding forward, nice long neck. One breath in your standing, inhaling. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Close your eyes. Feel this space in your heart. this space between your ears and your shoulders, in your belly, your feet pressing down. Release your arms, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhale, folding forward from your hips. Step your right foot back. Release your right knee. Release your right toes. Your hands on your knees. Open your inner groins, gazing forward. Breath, release your right arm. Inhaling your right arm towards the ceiling very lightly. Gaze in line with your fingers. Exhaling, release your right arm and swing your right arm back 2 more times. Inhaling, follow your gaze. Inhaling. Both hands reaching high. Exhaling, plant your hands onto the floor. Curl your toes in your high plank. Breathe. Stay in your high plank. Breathe. Breath, becoming light like a feather. Even you're staying here. Feeling your fingers spreading wide, your heels pulling back, chin, chest, or chaturanga. If you don't want to take a vinyasa, please feel free. Come in your downward facing dog. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Breathe. Step your feet together. Lift your right leg towards the ceiling. Exhale. Step your right foot between your hands. Release your left knee, your left toes. Bring both hands on your knees. Open your inner groins, shoulders rolling back. Release your left arm. Inhaling your left arm towards the ceiling. Follow with your gaze. Exhaling. This should help you to find a bit more the strength in your center. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more time. Inhaling, stay, and then you reach with both of your arms. Exhaling, planting both hands onto the floor. Curl your back toes, step your foot in front. Inhaling halfway, folding forward with your exhaling. One breath in your standing. Inhaling, exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Stay here for a moment. Release in your Tadasana. Maybe you want to close your eyes for a moment, focusing on this space, prana, around you, within you. Inhaling, sweep your arms over your head, folding forward. Exhaling, step your left foot back, long runner's lunge. Release your knee, release your toes, hands on your knees. Inhaling, gazing up from your chest. Breathe, pressing your hands into your front knee. Breath. Right arm reaches high, left arm reaches high. Open your arms, your elbows towards the side in your cactus arms. Breathe. Breath, opening your chest. Breathe. Exhaling, plant your hands, step your foot back, high plank. Breathe, lengthening your spine, lifting your left leg and pushing with your left heel. Breathe, stay in your high plank, bring your heart between your hands, know that, and your heels are pushing back.
Exhaling, release your left, lifting your right. Breath. Come in your high plank, Samira, heart between your hands. Breathe, exhaling. Release with a big, big exhaling in your down dog. Inhaling with your nose, exhaling. Spread in your fingers wide. Breathe. Inhaling, come in your high plank. You can stay, child pose, always available. Knees, chin, chest, Chaturanga Dandasana. Find your variation. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, whatever feels right for you. Breathe. Breathe. Let's everyone meet in downward facing dog. Hands spreading wide. Lift your left leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling. Exhaling, step your left foot between your hands. Long runners lunge. Release your right knee, your right toes. Hands on your knee. Open your inner groins. Raise shoulders, rolling back. Inhaling your right arm, gaze in line with your fingers. Inhaling your left arm. Breathe. Open your elbows, spreading your fingers. Cactus arms. Breath. Breath. Exhaling, planting your hands, gaze forward. Curl your back toes, lightly stepping your foot in front. Inhaling, coming halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Please listen, stay. Maybe you can press your hands in front of your toes into the floor. Maybe you have some blocks around and you can press your hands onto your blocks. When you don't have blocks, doesn't matter, you're lengthening your spine, pressing your hands, feet into the floor. And it's a bit more difficult when you can't ground from your hands, but you still can do it. You're planting your left foot and you're lifting your right towards the side, opening your hip a tiny bit, lifting your right leg towards the side. Breathe. Exhaling, releasing, and you're lifting your left leg. So you're rooting down from your right, lifting your left. Breathe. Exhaling, release, tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, feeling this space in your vertebrae. Breathe very gentle, rolling up your spine, rolling back your shoulders. Tadasana, mountain. Breath. Breath. In every structure, in every manifestation, there is space. Even it's a strong mountain, it's held by space, it's spread by space. Inhaling, sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling, you're folding forward. Step your right foot back, open it 45 degrees, reaching forward from your right arm, windmill back in your second warrior. And you want to flow immediately in your reversed warrior. Inhaling, staying bent in your front knee, releasing your arms. So you're spreading your arms wide and your arm comes inside of your knee. Inhaling, floating over your second warrior, opening your arms. You want to take a few more rounds. Inhaling, second warrior, arms spreading wide, releasing your finger towards the floor. Inhaling. Find your own breath, your own rhythm. Pauline, stay bending your knee, stay bending your knee. Exhaling 2 more times. Inhaling and feeling with this movement, with your breath, how you're opening wider. Exhale. Inhaling in your reversed warrior and stay here. Breathe, bending your front knee. Breathe, bend your front knee, David. Breathe. Stay in your reversed warrior. Breathe, inhaling, second warrior. Breathe. Parallel your feet, both toes facing a tiny bit more inwards, bending your elbows, coming your cactus arms while your knees are bending towards the side. Breathe, cactus arms, knees bending, lower down, bend your knees. Marcella, breathe. Breathe. Exhaling, folding forward from your hips, lengthening your legs, releasing your arms under your shoulders. Inhaling, lengthening both of your legs, gazing forward between your arms. Exhaling, folding forward. Breathe wherever you can, fold forward. Maybe your hands walking between your legs. Maybe they are resting under your shoulders. Maybe your knees need to stay gently bent. Your feet pressing into the floor. Feeling this space in your inside of your feet, this inner arch. Breath. Breath. Bending both knees, lifting your chest, your arms floating towards the side, index finger and thumb wanna meet. Breathe, lowering your seat, exhaling, walking with your hands towards your left foot. Turn your toes facing forward, inhaling, long runners lunge. Exhaling, stepping back, downward facing dog. Please stay in your down dog when this is good enough for today. Child pose always available. You always can challenge yourself even a tiny bit more while you're lifting your right leg towards the ceiling in your three-legged dog. Inhaling, three-legged plank. Exhaling, lowering chin, foot upward facing dog. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Please pace your energy. Breathe. You've been surfing, some of you. Some of you are feeling a bit stressed and tired. Pace your energy. You want to find strength. You want to find breath. And let's everyone meet in downward facing dog. Breathe. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Breathe. Can you feel your fingers pressing down? Can you open your fingers? Hands pressing down. Breathe. Bend your knees towards your chest, stepping, hopping, walking forward. Inhaling halfway. Exhale. Folding forward, light like a feather, you're floating up. Exhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Stay there for a moment. Can you breathe into your soles of your feet? That you feel your feet are massaging Mother Earth, and Mother Earth is breathing with you. Like Father Sky is opening up even more. The space in front of you, the space in your back, your muscles softening, releasing your arms, inhaling, sweep your arms over your head, folding forward, Exhaling, step your left foot back, 45 degrees opening. Left arm reaches forward, right knee stays bent. Arms circling, breathe, and then you come in your reversed warrior. Nora, bring your front foot facing the toes, yes. And your back toes a tiny bit more forward, like 45 degrees, beautiful. So your hips opening easier. Stay bent in your knees, in your front knee, and your fingers reaching towards the floor while your other fingers reaching high. Inhaling like you can windmill. Inhaling. Inhaling, it's not so much about coming down, it's more feeling the space between your fingers. Exhale. Inhaling one more time. Exhale. Inhaling in your reversed warrior. Stay, bend your front knee. Nora. Breathe, Salome, bend your front knee. Bend your front knee. Breathe. Release your shoulder, Marcella. Breathe. One more inhaling and coming back in your second warrior. Hands on your hips. Parallel your feet. Arms reaching around. Inhaling, opening your chest. Exhaling, folding forward. Arms floating over your neck. Breathe. Pressing both feet into the floor. Finding space in your shoulders. Your neck grows long. Your feet pressing down. Inner arches lifting up. Inhaling, releasing your arms on your sacrum, lifting yourself up halfway, lengthening your spine, bending your knees gently while your knees pressing towards your side, lowering down your seat, and you're opening your arms. Index finger and thumb want to meet. Breathe. Breathe. Exhaling your arms, walking your hands forward, gazing forward, long runners lunge, stepping back in your high plank. Breathe. Come into your high plank with a big, big exhaling in your down dog. 2 more really big exhaling. Inhaling, getting rid of this stiffness, tightness, tiredness. Breathe one more. Inhaling and when you need, you come in your tight pose. When you want to challenge yourself, you're lifting your left leg towards the ceiling. Inhaling in your high plank and gazing forward. This is it, lowering down. Beautiful. Pushing your heart forward, upward facing dog. Exhaling downward, facing dog. Breathe, bless you. Breathe. Stay in your down dog. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward between your hands, inhaling halfway, soft, 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 exhaling, folding forward. One breath in your standing, exhaling your prayer in front of your chest. Close your eyes. Bending your knees. Bring your arms around, meeting your sacrum. Bending your knees even a tiny bit more, letting your arms sliding down, finding your thighs and opening your chest. Breathe, stay gently, bend your knees, breathe. Inhaling, coming back in your standing, arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head, folding forward in your exhaling, Utkatasana, bending your knees, your seat lowering down, your arms floating up. Stay with your left arm, your right arm releases, reaching behind with your right arm. Inhaling, arm floating up. Exhaling, your left arm. Inhaling, floating up. Right arm. Inhaling, floating up. Exhaling, left. Inhaling, floating up. And this time, both of your arms breathe, gazing up towards the ceiling. Inhaling, floating your arms. Bring your prayer in front of your chest, folding forward. Exhaling, long neck, long spine. Step your right foot back, stay on the tips of your toes. Front knee is bending, high lunge. Inhaling. Breathe, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Bring your weight on your front foot and you want to lifting your right knee, lifting your knee. Breathe, open your hip, flow in your tree pose. So your foot opening, your hip opening up, your foot meeting your calf muscle. Breathe. Rooting down from your left. Breathe. Inhaling your right knee, floating back in your center, helping with your hands, lifting your knee. Maybe you stay here. If you have a bit more space, you can grab with your peace finger, your big toe, and maybe you can lengthen your right leg while your left leg stays nice and strong. Breathe. Inhaling, bending your knee, your prayer in front of your chest, bending your front knee. Step your right foot back, long runners lunge. Inhaling, stepping back in your downward facing dog, taking a few breaths in your down dog. Always feel free taking one more vinyasa of your choice or stay in your down dog. Breathe. Breathe. Step your feet together, bending your knees, hopping, stepping, floating forward. Inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward, Utkatasana. Inhaling, shoulders rolling back and down. Remember the lightness in your arms. We only want to take one, left arm reaches back. Inhaling. Exhaling, your right arm reaching back. Inhaling, both arms. Exhaling. Inhaling your arms. Exhaling, folding forward, melting forward. Left foot step back, stay on the tips of your toes in your high lunge. Inhaling. Do you remember the lightness in your shoulders? Bring your prayer in front of your chest, rooting down from your front foot, and you wanna sliding with your left, lifting your knee, opening your hip, and from here you're floating into a tree pose. Breathe. Breath. Breath. Inhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest, your knee in your center, with your hands helping to lifting your knee. You can stay here, or with your peace finger, you're grabbing your toes, right hand on your right hip. Breathe. Inhaling, bending your knee, your prayer in front of your chest, bending your standing front foot, reaching back, come in your long runner's lunge, releasing your hands, stepping back in your downward facing dog, your last vinyasa of your choice. Breathe. Taking your last flow with your depths in your breath. Let's meet everyone in downward facing dog, taking 4 more really nice balanced out breath, spreading your fingers, bring lightness in your bones, in your muscles, even breath. Let your heels grow heavy. One more big breath. Bend your knees, flow in your child pose, your fingers meeting your toes, forehead meeting the floor. Tuck your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra. Come on to your knees, your last back bending, opening hips, opening shoulders, warming up your back. We can take 1 more back bending. So from here, you can curl your toes under, lifting your heart, your hands supporting your lower back. You stay here, or you're lowering down with your hands, finding your heels, opening your chest, and you want to pushing your pubic bone forward. Breathe. People a bit more used to the practice, you can flattening your feet already as we've been opening back bendings. Inhaling, coming back in your neutral, curling your toes, sitting on your heels, plant your hands in front of your chest, and Charlie Mudra, closing your eyes, breathing in and breathe. Breathing in and breath. 1 more inhaling. Breath. Inhaling, coming back onto your knees. So you stay with your toes curled under. You repeat 1 more time, or you're flattening your toes, making sure your knees are under your hips. And then from here, you want to lifting your heart, reaching behind, planting your hands on your soles of your feet. People with a bit more strength, you can bring your hands in front of your chest. I can't demo, I can't come back down really, but it is the rhythm. So you want to rooting down from your knees, you bring your hands in front of your chest, and then from here you're floating down until you can meet with your hands. I can't do it, so I can't demo, but that's the direction where you feel you bring more gravity in your hips, taking a few breaths. Breathe. Breath. Inhaling, coming back with your in your neutral position wherever you are, curling your toes, sitting back. Weight on your heels, hands in front of your chest. Breath. Inhaling, releasing your toes. Come for a moment in your child pose. So you can bring your hands in front or you're reaching your arms in your bag, softening in your bag. Tuck your tailbone in, rolling up your spine. Vertebra for vertebra, sitting on your right side. Stay with your legs on your left side and open twisting. We have done this the other day. So a nice long spine, left hand on your right knee, your right arm reaches around. You want to stay long in your spine, making sure you do not fall into your lower back like I do it now. So you bring your belly in and you want to lengthening, twisting towards the side. So your belly stays in. You do not fall into your lower back. Inhaling back into your neutral, sitting on your heels, and you're floating your legs towards your right side. You sit on your left side, long spine, Mula Bandha active. Right hand, left knee, left hand, reaching around while you're pressing your hand into your knee and into the floor. You can twisting. Belly stays in. Press your whole front side twist. It's a beautiful stretch for surfers, by the way. Breathe. Inhaling, coming back in your neutral, swinging your legs in front, helping with your hands, pushing the flesh towards the side. Paschimottanasana, arms. Exhaling, folding forward. Please make sure you're folding in your knees when you need. Soft in your shoulders, depth, sweetness in your heart. Feeling this space in your muscles, in your joints. Prana. With your next inhaling, reaching forward from your chest, exhaling, come in, you're sitting, and you want to come down onto your back, making sure you are in the first 3/4 of your mat, that you're rolling down onto your spine, hugging your knees towards your chest, and your shoulders. And then you bring your knees over your hips. You're bending, you're stretching out your arms towards the ceiling, bending your elbows, and then you want to take a shaking your legs like a buck on his back, letting your legs shake, your arms shake, your fingers, your toes, taking 3 deep exhaling, inhaling with your nose and one more inhaling and your last one. And gently you're releasing, you're shaking, unfolding in your Shavasana. Letting go, you're holding your concentration on breath, on following instructions. feeling still your body shaking, letting go. Maybe you need to take some socks, grabbing quickly a blanket. Shavasana, letting all here, what is here. These shaking cells, this pulping breath, softening your lips. Maybe you want to swallow to ease your jaw muscle, your throat. Your face is soft, your eyes turning. Your last adjustments until you find your final Shavasana. And being aware of the space between the floor and your body. These nice little spaces, there is firmness where your body is touching, and there is space in between. Feeling the space around you. How it feels, how it touches space. How you're connecting with prana. You are held in space. Can you soften even a tiny bit more? And giving in all what there is. Softening. Space within you, space around you. The call by Uriah Mountain Dreamer. I have heard it all my life. A voice calling a name I recognized as my own. Sometimes it comes as a soft-bellied whisper. Sometimes it howls an edge of urgency. But always it says, "Wake up, my love. You are walking asleep." There is no safety in that. Remember what you are and let this knowing take you home to the beloved with every breath. Hold tenderly who you are and let a deeper knowing color the shape of your humanness. There is nowhere to go. What you are looking for is right here. Open the fist clenched in wanting and see what you already hold in your hand. There is no waiting for something to happen, no point in the future to get to. All you have ever longed for is here, dear, in this moment, right now.
You are wearing yourself out with all this searching. Come home and rest. How much longer can you live like this? Your hungry spirit is gone. Your heart stumbles. All this trying. Give it up. Let yourself be one of the God-made, faithful only to the beauty you are. Let the lover pull you to your feet and hold you close, dancing, even when fear urges you to sit this one out. Remember, there is one word you are here to say with your whole being. When it finds you, give your life to it. Don't be tight-lipped and stingy. Spend yourself completely on the saying. Be one word in this great love poem we are writing together. Slowly and gently reconnecting with your breath. Reconnect with your sensations. Let your breath grow fuller and stronger. Feel this movement in your fingers, in your toes. Let spontaneous movement happening, like stretching, touching, whatever there is. Maybe you feel ready to flow to your right side while you're folding in your knees. And find your left hand and pressing against the floor to press yourself up. Find a comfortable seat, kneeling, cross-legged, any posture you feel comfortable with your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest, your eyes closed. Can you feel this space within you? Tightness comes from our mind. Space is all around, giving you softness, easiness. It sounds very simple. It's one of the most difficult. So let's finish with one deep, long sounding inhale. Thank you for practicing yoga with me this morning. Have a beautiful Sunday. Namaste.